In today's Let's Talk, brought to you by CC's Physical Therapy, we are talking with Ijaz Khan, producer and director of the soon-to-be released movie called Trapped. The movie Trapped is about the very difficult subject of human trafficking, and it was filmed near Linton, North Dakota. Ijaz Khan says he didn't seek out the story, but it found him, and he's hoping audiences take something away from it. Here's more from our interview. Now, this movie was filmed from February through March of 2023, as we mentioned, in Linton, North Dakota. That's pretty much the coldest time of year, Ijaz. But what was it like filming a movie in rural North Dakota, especially during wintertime?
It was miserable.
You tell it like it is. I like that, Ijaz.
You know, I have to be honest with you. My actors came from all over the country, but no one had really experienced cold weather. So I have actors from Seattle, I have actors from New York. There are actors from North Dakota as well who were aware. I met this girl at a gas station. It was super cold. I'm going to say -30. This is before we started making this film. And she was standing at the back wanting to pay. You know, we were all standing in line and she wasn't wearing shoes. And that's exactly what got me. I'm like, hey, aren't you cold? You're not wearing shoes? And that's how the conversation started. And I think that I wanted to tell that story that I saw in her feet. Her feet were dirty and cold and almost blue. And she didn't care at all. So if I had to shoot this film, I should say if I had to film this film in summer, it wouldn't bring the suffering that she's going through in life to reality. You know, so I that's the reason why I chose winter.
When I've seen the trailer, which invokes a lot of feelings from those who watch it, especially if you're a parent, I'll just say that. We're going to take a little look at the trailer right now, Ijaz, and then I have some follow-up questions. So for now, here is a little bit of the trailer from the movie Trapped.
I can feel it. We'll get started right away.
We appreciate your prayers and your messages. If you have any information about Brooke's whereabouts, please come forward.
We'll walk at arm's length apart as we go down this way. If you didn't leave any clue, this isn't his first, and it won't be his last.
Please, say something. I don't even know where we are or where we're going.
Come on, let's go to my ranch. You'll be very happy there.
Wow, like I said, I mean, it just makes you feel lots of different things seeing that trailer. And as we have talked about, this is tackling a very difficult subject. When can the public see this movie? Where can they see it?
We are releasing it. The date is set for January 31st, 2025. We will open in theaters first, so it's going to be in the movie theaters for, I'm going to say, about a month and a half to 2 months, and after that you can watch it on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, on your computers, on your phones, and so on.
And you were inspired by a real-life interaction that you had with someone, seeing them in a gas station with no shoes on in winter, frozen,
right,
broken. I mean, how much of this story is a true story?
So the way it goes is that, of course, the person doesn't want me to reveal the name and call it her story, and she was very clear about that. So after meeting with her and then coming back to New York and doing a lot of research, I realized this is the second largest crime that's happening in the United States. I mean, girls at the age of 7 are being sold. Girls at the age of 3 are being sold. I mean, I can't even believe it. So bottom line, I went and I did a lot of research and I did a lot of interviews with undercover cops, FBI agents, organizations that help girls in this situation. And after doing about 80 of them and meeting these girls, from all over, meeting them, speaking to them, doing the interviews, we came up. I sat down and I started to write the story from different lives and the things that they have gone through. Um, and yeah, and we put a script together for the film. So it is all true events. None of it is fake. It's all real, and it has happened to people. It has happened to humans just like us. So it's not one person's story, but it's a story of many American girls, and what a shame.
And what do you want the audience to take away from experiencing this film?
I would like us to go back home and speak with our children. And though it's a horrible, horrible subject, and I think it's very difficult, I have two boys myself, and I think it's very, very difficult to speak to them about sex and speak to them about what's going on, and let alone the rapes and the online intimidation and blackmailing and so on. I think it's an absolute necessary thing. It's a job for a parent to do that. That said, after this film, I believe our film will be the icebreaker between the parents and the children. It will help the parents to start a conversation with their children and say, hey, this is what is going on in the world. Are you aware of it? And raise awareness, and also speak to their children so they can be more protected.
And this has been Let's Talk, which is brought to you by CC's Physical Therapy. And for more information, you can visit themovietrapped.com, and you can follow Trapped by Ijaz Khan Cinema on social platforms. That movie, again, will be released in January of 2025.